Okay, this video is on making chili. I have a regular pot. This one actually is like a cast iron version of a pot, but a regular pot. I have a pound of hamburger meat. I have chili beans, 1 can. Tomato sauce, 1 can. Tomato puree, 1 can. And diced tomatoes, 1 can. This brand actually also comes with chipotle diced tomatoes, so if you like your chili to have a little bit of a sweet taste, you can do the chipotle, or if you want to add a little heat into your chili to give it a little hotness, you can either do the diced tomatoes like this that are hot, or you could do some red pepper, which I'm going to put a little red pepper when I season my hamburger meat in with mine. And then I also have chili packet, a mild chili packet. So this is to help you be able to make chili without having to go through a whole lot of steps to make it, such as knowing how much chili powder and all that stuff to use. Instead, we're just going to use this packet of chili mix and then these cans of ingredients. So the hamburger meat and put it in the pot, and I'm actually going to use just one pot so that I don't have to clean several dishes. Some people will use just a skillet to brown their meat, but instead I'm going to use this one pot, and because this is a thick cast iron type pot, it makes it better for actually doing your meat in there as well. So it's getting hot, but I'm going to go ahead and break this up. You want smaller pieces of the hamburger. Don't want big, huge pieces. So as the pot is starting to heat up, continue to break that up. So you want to continue to break that all up. And I'll jump ahead here. So once that's all broken up, you want to season it. So I'm using some seasoning salt, and I don't use a lot. So seasoned salt. And some pepper as well. So I'm going to put a little heat on mine. So I'm going to use a little red chili pepper. Okay. So you want to go ahead and start cooking this, brown it up really good. As it's browning, continue to break it up so that it stays into smaller pieces. So as your hamburger meat is starting to brown, you want to kind of break it up and try and keep your pieces small. They don't have to be completely broken up, but you don't want big, huge chunks of the hamburger in the chili. So just break it up as it's starting to brown. As well, while you're waiting on that to brown, go ahead and get your cans of stuff open so that they're already ready to go. I like to already open up my chili seasoning mix as well, so everything's ready. So it's starting to get more brown, almost there. And also you want to brown your hamburger meat on medium. You don't want to do this on high. Don't do it, you don't want it to cook too fast. So just keep browning it till it's thoroughly browned, and then once it's all thoroughly browned, you want to drain off any fat you have. Go ahead and drain that off because you don't want greasy chili. So drain that, and then you'll be ready to start putting your ingredients in. Okay, grease has been drained off. One thing to keep in mind for your grease, don't put it down the sink. If you make stuff like spaghetti or something, your jars from the spaghetti, keep those jars and put your grease in there versus pouring it in the sink. Some people pour it in the sink. Actually, I used to do it too. So now, start adding ingredients. The first thing I'm going to add is the chili seasoning pack. And then I'm going to add in the tomato sauce. And I'm going to stir that all together. Mix that together really good. I like to let that cook together probably for about 3 to 4 minutes. You want to let that kind of marinate together. And at the end, we'll run a little bit of water in each of our cans to get that little extra out of all the cans. So let that kind of marinate together for about 3 minutes, and then you can go ahead and add in all of your other ingredients. Okay, so see, it's starting to marinate together. So we're going to go ahead and add in the diced tomatoes. The tomato puree. You'll probably have to scrape this one to get most of that out. And lastly, add in our chili beans. Stir it, mix it all together. Now, if you like to have, like, some people like spaghetti noodles or macaroni noodles in their chili, you want to already, while you're browning your ground beef, you want to go ahead and start your water and get your noodles going. And then once your noodles are done, you want to actually rinse them in cold water. Okay, so as I was stating, that if you're going to add noodles to it, any type of noodles, you want to go ahead and have those cooked while you're browning your hamburger meat, and then rinse them in cold water until they're cool to the touch, and then you can add it in so that it doesn't continue, the noodles do not continue to cook while they're in the chili. So this is the final version, and this is after I took each can and put a little water in it, swished it around, poured it in that. So this does have a little bit of water in it, but as you see, it's still thick. So you don't want it really runny. So it's important that when you put the water in your can, you just a little bit to swish it around. Well, I should say enough to at least get the contents in the bottom of the cup. So let me show you. So about that much water, and just swish it all around to get all that from the bottom of the can, and then go ahead and pour it into your chili, and then you are done. Let your chili start to cook and marinate. This is when you can go do other things around the house, but don't forget about your chili. So if you have a timer on your stove or a kitchen timer, then go ahead and set it for like every 5 minutes. Come back, check it. You just want to keep stirring, make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom. Another reason why you want a good quality pot, so it doesn't stick to the bottom. And then just continue to until it's all warm or hot, however you want it, how hot you want it. Once your chili is starting to form the bubbles in it, and this is, remember, this is still on low to medium, so you shouldn't have to change your temperature setting. But once you start having that bubbling all through, it's definitely ready. You can take off the heat and enjoy.